is requesting that a judge force the mayor to act.
The city council is a legislative body. The mayor runs the city, and believe me, he's a strong type of mayor. The city council does not direct the mayor to do nothing.
The City Council is expected later this month to hold a public hearing to decide whether the city's utility director should be removed. Now, the utility director was appointed by the mayor. The council says he's not qualified for the job. We're live in the newsroom. Dawn Jones, ABC.
Now, since that time, in fact, last night, the mayor has withdrawn the man that he appointed to the Water and Sewer Department because he didn't have the qualifications. And I'll get to that in a minute. So that has been removed as an issue, that person himself, but the issue itself is still there, and I'll allude to that in just a minute. The question is, what information, what predictions, what indication was there that there was an ensuing confrontation here? Well, the first thing is, you saw on that tape, the arrogance of this guy. I mean, he's absolutely arrogant. He thumbs his nose at everybody. And he says, you know, why do I have to do anything? I'm running things. Mr. Mayor, you got to get along with people. You have trouble doing that. You don't care what people think. He's an arrogant. Well, I won't say whether he's an arrogant what, but anyway, you get the idea. He says he's most important. Typical. And then we have another problem that has developed that's caused this breach is the isolation. He's making decisions in a vacuum. No consultation. Look at the police reorganization. 25 points they talk about on that. One-man cars, you know, that's a dangerous proposition. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. But there was no input from the police, the unions, or even the council. It was guaranteed to fail. Certainly, taking inside police from the station and putting them on the road, you can't argue with that. But the council was blindsided. They didn't have any answers for their constituents. He never consulted with them. They had no input. Gave the Mayor Williamson's enemies ammunition to further drop on him. He talks about this satellite tracking of police cars as one of his 25 things. Hey, Mayor, it's been in use since last November. You know, this lack of knowledge should be an indication that the plan was put together quickly. Maybe the next day, it came out the next day, all these things, and he said he'd been working on it. There was all kinds of grammatical errors, I should say, and punctuation, spelling. It looked like it was put together. It hadn't even been proofread. It gave credence to the police claim that the introduction of the plan was not well thought out and was more likely retaliation. Here's the second reason he's losing support. The closing of Haskell in the 2nd Ward without any discussion or confrontation with 2nd Ward councilperson Jackie Poplar. She was one of the Mayor Williamson's supporters. He supported her. And he closes this very important center up there in her ward. Well, she didn't even know it. She read about it in the newspaper. I mean, you don't do things like that to your friends. Here's a further alienation, was the hiring of Herbert Cleaves, Flint Board of Education member, to a city job without going to the council, which is required by charter if he's not a mayor's, one of the mayor's 10 appointees, which apparently are all filled now anyway. He just hires this guy. Here, listen to what Councilwoman Poplar said she is outraged that a week after Poplar Community Center in her ward was closed because of budget problems, the mayor has hired Herbert Cleese, vice president of the Front Board of Education, to provide security, he says. It's an atrocity, Second Ward Councilwoman Jackie Poplar said. Cleves is being paid $33,000 a year. He said he hired him as a bodyguard. I mean, that's a waste of money. And then we have the thing with the water and sewer guy. The mayor apparently lied about his qualifications. Another reason for the deterioration of the relationships. Now, this gives you an idea of why the recent breakdown of relations between the council and mayor. Lying, misrepresenting, blowing them off, arrogance, not telling them what they're going to do. They have no answers for their constituency. It seems like the public is thinking we're flashing back to the bitter standoff days with the old council. You know, frankly, this newest confrontation appears to be the mayor's doing. All stems from his pure, typical Williamson arrogance and his desire and personal enjoyment of pushing people around. Next week, we'll be back. In the meantime, we'll be at the White Horse.